August 21, 1983. Ninoy Aquino was shot in the head on the tarmac of Manila International Airport. His death by assassination sparked outrage among Filipinos. It paved the way to a series of events changing the course of our history. We spoke to the man who gave Ninoy Aquino his last interview on that ill-fated flight back to Manila. In a Skype interview, American journalist Jim Laurie takes us back to Ninoy Aquino's final hours.
At first, it seemed to me, as we talked to the senator, that there was a lot of bravado in what he was saying. He said things like, I promise to return to the Philippines after so many years in exile, and no matter what happens, it's good enough for me. But then I turned to him and I said, but what about assassination? What about if somebody tries to kill you? And his comment was seemingly almost rehearsed. We all have to die sometime, he said, and if it's my fate to die by an assassin's bullet, so be it, but I cannot be petrified by inaction, he said. And so it was very clear that that was on his mind as the plane landed in Manila.
Jim recalls a high-spirited Ninoy throughout the flight, but all that changed after the plane landed.
So he was fairly upbeat through most of that flight. And as I say, I don't think it really sunk in how bad it could be until those young soldiers came on board and escorted him, not through the normal passageway, but down those stairways to the tarmac. I knew that something was happening when I looked out the window as we pulled up to the gate, and I saw a phalanx of military fanning out around the aircraft. So we knew something was up.
Suspicions were high, and there was tension in the air. And then it happened.
There was complete pandemonium on the aircraft when we heard that first shot. And I was scrambling to get to the window. My cameraman was also trying to get to a window. I managed to get to the window in time to see Senator Aquino face down on the tarmac, blood spurting out of a wound in the back of his head. And then I saw a second person on the tarmac, later we knew it was a guy named Galman, who was being shot by military with rifles on the tarmac. I mean, I must say, we got the story entirely wrong in the beginning because we fell for the story that a man named Rolando Galman was the assassin, supposedly hired by the communists. And I don't think we don't know the answer now, exactly who ordered the assassination.
The events that took place that day were meant to change a nation. Many of us still wonder who gave the order and why. To some, these questions remain unanswered. Perhaps today, it is enough that we revisit his life, his death, and the sacrifices he made for his country.
The march went on.